Most people think the show starts when the first song kicks in. It doesn't. It starts long before that, when you step on stage for Soundcheck. That's the moment the crew forms an opinion of you. The other bands clock your vibe. The moment the venue decides whether you're a pro or a problem. Soundcheck is your first impression. It's where you earn trust, respect, and show off just how pro you are. And of course, if you do it right, it's where you dial in your sound to make your set hit harder, feel tighter, and connect deeper with the crowd. But do it wrong, and trust me, I have been there. You'll burn bridges before the first chord. So let's get you sound checking right, and welcome to the shed. All right, welcome to Uncle Natchet's Woodshed, home of advice and sage wisdom this side of the stage. And today we are talking about how to sound check like a pro. Not just so you sound good, but so you don't piss off every tech and band around you. Now, as you probably know, I like lists, so let's break it down into, 6 points. Point number 1, your stage plot and tech writer are mandatory. Now, if you were here last week, you caught the video on what a stage plot and tech writer is and how to make a good one. If not, check right here, watch it. I have the link in the description. Catch yourself up and let's get on with it. Now, long ago, before you even show up to the gig, you should have sent your stage plot and tech writer. Again, I've talked about that in the previous video. I usually do it right after the gig is confirmed, that way I don't forget. This is your first handshake with the crew, so make sure it all matches up with the setup you show up with. This lets the tech crew and or the solo sound tech know what to expect on the day of the show. Now the venue may not even open it, but that's on them. You're a pro, so send it and send it every time. While this is mainly for the techs and the crew at the show, this is for you and your band as well. Planning all this out together is a great way for you to know your gear, your show, your setup, everything. It gets the band all on the same page. So know it frontwards and backwards. If you expect the sound tech to know it and operate from it, you better damn well know it too. Here is a pro tip. Always bring printed copies of your stage plot and tech writer with you, preferably laminated. You can keep it in your gear and reuse it. At the very least, have it ready on your phone. Promoters don't always pass that info on. So when you show up and the tech is in the dark and doesn't know what's going on, and then you hand them that sheet, boom, hero status. Be the one they remembered for being prepared. Number 2, don't be on time. Be early. The music business runs on one rule, and that is hurry up and wait. And that's just how it goes. But if you're on time, you're already late. If load-in is scheduled for 5 p.m. and soundcheck is scheduled for 6 p.m., don't show up at 6 p.m. Don't even show up at 5. Be there ready to load in at 4:45. Maybe only a couple members are handling that initial load-in, and the other members are going to show up closer to soundcheck time. Sucks to be you, but cool. Just make sure that when it's time to soundcheck, everyone is fully ready 15 minutes before soundcheck time. Pro tip, learn the sound tech's name and use it. Say it a few times so you don't forget. And maybe even jot it down in your venue spreadsheet for later use. Why? Because this business is about building relationships. There's nothing better as a musician than walking into a venue and being greeted by name, where the sound tech knows your setup, remembers your sound. Suddenly the whole night feels smoother. You're not just passing through, you're building a crew one show at a time. So show respect, build trust, and remember, we're all in this together. Number 3, set up first and then start talking. Don't wander in and immediately start asking for more mids in your vocals or reverb or delay. First, get your gear loaded in, set up, tuned, checked, and fully ready, just like it says on the stage plot. Then start talking. But this leads us into number 4, only one person talks to the tech. Every band has a point person. That is the voice for the group during soundcheck. If 4 people are shouting directions at once, then chaos reigns. Now, this doesn't have to be an absolute, but it is good practice. Everyone can pass on their requests for monitors, levels, etc. to one person who then relays it to the tech. Number 5, sound check isn't rehearsal time. You know who needs to hear you practicing scales during line check? No one. No noodling. And that's generally good advice unless you're practicing in your room at home. So, I've said it before, but here is my short list for sound check rules. Be quiet until they say play, be ready when they say go, and be thorough but efficient. Let the tech hear what they need to dial in your tone, then shut up and wait. Pro tip, try to run one full song during your sound check. Ideally, the one that's the most sonically and dynamically complex. The one with all the background vocals, the key tone changes, the layers. This gives the front of house engineer a real sense of your band's dynamics and helps them dial in a mix that actually works when the show starts. And it's not just about levels, it's about feel. And one good run through tells them everything they need. Number 6, respect the clock and other bands. If there are 5 bands and you take 40 minutes to noodle through your set, that's just selfish. Be ready when it's your turn and do not wander off. No herding cats. Story time. Now this might sound like I made up this story for this video, but life imitates art, or is it the other way around? Anyway, we were booked for this show to open up for another band, and me and my band show up 30 minutes early, ready to go, ready to load in. But the sound tech and the headliner, well, they actually showed up 30 minutes late, so we waited about an hour. We all loaded in and started setting up. We were sharing the stage, their gear and our gear on the same stage. My band was dialed in and standing by. The other band, half of their members weren't even there yet, so we just waited. Now, the initial plan was for the headliners to soundcheck first and then us. Totally normal. But what followed was anything but. Their members kept jumping on and off stage, disappearing into the green room or to the bar or God knows where. The soundcheck turned into a fragmented mess. The soundtech was asking like, wait, where's the drummer? We need to get the whole kit. And people were just looking around for him. People were talking over each other, barking monitor requests, noodling endlessly on guitar and drums. Then to top it off, and I am not kidding, they launched into a rehearsal of a 3-part harmony that lasted for like 10 minutes during sound check. At that point, I just looked at my watch and sat down and watched the show because that's what it became, a total train wreck. Meanwhile, there's a line of folks queuing up outside, waiting for doors to open. Doors should have already been open already, but it was so delayed because of this disaster. And in the end, no one got a proper sound check because they wasted the allotted time for the sound check. And wouldn't you know it, when the show finally started, the monitors just began howling with this horrible feedback. And of course the mixes were off and everything sounded terrible. They never even figured out what the howling monitors were. That was for both our set and theirs. The entire night, feedback. Now both bands, ours included, paid the price. And to be honest, I walked away feeling pretty sore about the whole thing. Not because we got robbed of a sound check, but because it was all avoidable. So please don't be that band. And please don't be that sound tech either. Sometimes it's on you to keep the discipline of the stage. Just saying. And you can't control anyone else. So always be professional. Always be ready. It's hurry up and wait. Hey, I hope this helped you dodge a few mistakes before you make them. I've made maybe, 1 or 2 or all of them before. You know the drill, like, subscribe, all the usual things. Drop a comment with your own tips for a smooth sound check, please. Or your best nightmare story, because we all want to hear that. So until next time, go make some noise and keep woodshedding.